Welcome back, you lovely people. I thought that was necessary just to bring people back in, just in case we're within earshot but they're just out of reach. I hope you've had a lovely first half. Hope you've had a lovely break. We will continue with this evening's feast of excitement. We've seen a man in fishnets. We've seen another man dressed as a Victorian woman. We've had some really good singing. I wonder what's going to happen in the second half. Who knows? I'm going to hand you over now to Simon, who was one of the original drama teachers at Ariel, regular performer. I think I've had a whiff of this already, and I think he's suffering for some lockdown weirdness, so you might want to bear with him as this song starts.
Say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. If we are travelling at the full speed of light and we're holding a light, then the light will still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way. I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head, not just a bit different from some of my friends, these answers come into my mind unbidden. These stories delivered to me, fully written. Everyone shouts, seem to like shouting. The noise in my head is incredibly loud. I just wish they'd stop. My mum and my dad, the telly and paper would just stop for once. I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right. The noise becomes anger, the anger is light. This feeling inside me, it usually fades, but it isn't today. The heat and the shouting, my heart is pounding, my eyes are burning. Suddenly everything is quiet. Silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in your book. The pause in our walk in the wood. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet, like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Sound of your heart in my head. Though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach us anymore. And it's quiet. You are warm, like we've sailed into the eye of the storm.
Oh, it was a baby, a little baby. It's kind of cheating because it doesn't matter what he sings, what he does. Brings the baby in. It's just all so beautiful. It warms the heart. clearly going to be an Ariel superstar in years to come. Coming up next, we have Queen Chelsea, who has been with Ariel as tutor and student for over 15 years. Wow. Chelsea was also in our house, which was the Horth, what was it, 2 years ago now, which was just brilliant. Anyway, she's going to be singing You'll Be Back from Hamilton.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, but you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? I thought that we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 you say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away the thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody, da 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 da
I love that song. I hope you've all seen the show. And Chelsea's, well, she's funny. Here we go. So the next two acts are David, and he's going to be performing The Man That Got Away from A Star Is Born. And then followed up by that, we have Anna and James, who met while performing in the production of Tommy here at Ariel. James was Tommy, and Anna was Mrs. Walker. Now, I don't know much about show business, but I do know a little bit about that show. And Tommy is a child who is Mrs. Walker's child. So when they met, they were playing mother and son. I mean, on a charity evening as well. Anyway, here they are singing Ready, Set, Not Yet from Beetlejuice.
The night is bitter, the stars have lost
you're older, and all because of the man that got away. No more is he the call, the writings on the wall, the dreams you dreamed have all gone astray. The man who won you has run off and undone you. That great beginning has seen its final inning. Don't know what happened, it's all a crazy game. No more that old time thrill, 'cause you've been through the mill, and never a new love will be the same. Good riddance, goodbye. Every trick of his, you're on to. But fools will be fools, and where's he gone to? The road gets rougher, it's lonelier and tougher. With hope you'll burn up, tomorrow he may turn up. There's just no let up, the live long night and day. Ever since this world began, there's nothing sadder than the one-man man looking for the man that got away. The man that got away.
Look at this crib in all of its glorious antiquery. Every curve and surface speaks to me, saying pamper and spoil me, Sammy and oil me. Come on. I know to the untrained eye it's boring, but nothing's a chore when you're restoring. Apart from frustration and pain and financial drain, it's fun. Folks say, Adam, why do you polish your crib when you don't have a kid? And even if you did have a kid, this crib is too precious for placing a baby inside. So it simply exists to remind you your sense of perfection is just a reflection that you are not mentally prepared to make room for a kid. Adam, why don't you live, Adam? Just make a start. Are you willing to take the next step? Ready, set, ready, set.
Look at these jugs! Amazingly glazed and terracolory. I took some clay and made you pottery. The world will never wreck you, I'll protect you in a mother's embrace. Foxy, Barbara, why can't you see that surroundings is simply a manifestation of motherly panic by making a baby that's breakable? Aren't you creating a way of translating the terror of making maternal mistakes in the clay, hiding away so you don't end up face being a bad mom? Barbara, that's what you've done, Barbara. Just make a start.
No! See? We can't start a family in a house with creaking floorboards.
You are absolutely right. Let's add it to the list with the cracks in the plaster.
The Wi-Fi should be faster.
The sofa needs a caster.
The bathroom's a disaster.
And what about global poverty?
What about world peace?
And there's the whole darn economy.
The whole Middle East.
We should learn Mandarin.
Yeah, or Spanish at least. No hablo español. Dos cervezas, por favor. That's all we got, and that's not a lot. Do we want a bilingual house or not? So let's go slow, don't break in a sweat. What's the point in having children if we're drowning in debt?
Yeah, we're totally.
Completely.
Maybe 80%.
I'd say 78. Ready to take the next step. The next step. The next step. The next step. Ready, set, let's fly! Yes! Did it!
I know what you're thinking. Did the cat go to Ariel? Yes, of course it did. And you can all guess what musical it was in. Brilliant. I thought the cat was fantastic, as were you both. Moving on. Oh dear. Number 13, unlucky for some. Now this is someone called Nikki Hobson. She's very, very new to Ariel. She is, we have to be very gentle with her. She is, well, she's brilliant. I can't do anything silly. She's brilliant, and her and Neil are the life force behind Ariel, and you know I love them both deeply. So here's Nikki. She's going to sing, let me have a look, Someone to Watch Over Me from Crazy for You.
There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and thee shall find. So I'm gonna seek a certain lad I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initials on my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him, please, to put on
You seem like... What are you doing?
Nothing, just a bit of research.
Yes.
Awkward.
Yes, well, I think the less said about that, the better. Awkward indeed. So, coming up next, we have Erin, who is Haywards Heath Principal and Burgess Hill Academy singing tutor. She is going to sing Bring Him Home from Les Miserables. That was lovely. Isn't it brilliant to hear that song sung with a female voice? Just fantastic. It would be remiss of me not to mention the Kangaroos right now. It feels like the right time. I know this is a difficult time to ask for your money. I know that money isn't easy to come by, work isn't easy to come by, even getting outside isn't easy to come by. But if we can find anything, if we can just reach down behind the sofa right now and find maybe not an old toffee, but £1, £2. I was thinking that if you gave £1 for everyone who sung today, you'd probably give in £365. That's not true. We're nearly finished. Sorry. I couldn't resist. If you give £1, it's, what is it? It's £20. That's £1 for each song you've heard tonight. If you can. I know that's a lot. But thank you. Thank you for your time. And even if you can't afford to give anything, if you want to go and support the charity, if you can give up some hours, if you can just spread the word about what they do, that is help too. It's not always about money. Of course, money is good. but there are many ways that we can all contribute. And one of the ways is just being here tonight with us all. Anyway, I'm going to move us on to David and Joe, who is another Ariel romance. What do they put in the water at Ariel? They both met via Ariel. Joe is a dance teacher, David as a regular performer. They have 2 children. There we go. It's an absolute... Who needs IVF? You just go to Ariel, huh? Anyway, here we go. They're going to sing Love is an Open Door from Frozen.
Okay, can I just say something crazy?
I love crazy.
All my life has been a series of doors in my face. And then suddenly I bump into you.
I was thinking the same thing, cause like, I've been searching my whole life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking, or the chocolate fondue.
But with you,
I found my place.
I see your face, and it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Love is an open door with you,
With you,
with you,
with you.
Love is an open door.
You know what's crazy?
What?
We finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
I've never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx, jinx again. Our mental synchronization can have but one explanation.
You
And I
were
just meant to be. Say goodbye, to the pain of the past. We don't need to feel it anymore. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Life could be so much more with you,
with you,
with you.
with you.
Love is an open door.
Can I say something crazy? Will you marry me?
Can I say something crazier? We're already married. Duh.
There we go. That was fantastic. So listen, after me just speaking to you, that brings us to the end of the evening. That was 15 songs which represent 15 years of Ariel. 15 brilliant years, and I hope 15 years that is just the beginning. So thank you very much for your time. And what's that? What's that I hear? I've gone all panto. I can't believe it. My dad would be proud. Listen, we've got 3 little encores up our sleeve, especially for you this evening. People who've been chomping at the bit. We've tried our best to keep them away from the limelight, and no, they're scratching at the door. And they're here now, and we're very honoured and privileged to have them. I'm going to introduce you to the first one. This is Karen Brown, who is the Ariel East Grinstead principal. 13 years. She is a busy mum of 3 and a social worker. She makes me feel like I'm lazy, and she is here. I think maybe we should have got her to sing this song early in the evening, because I've got a feeling she might be a little worse for wear right now. And she's here singing Little Girls from Annie.
Little girls, everywhere I turn, I can see them. Little girls, night and day I eat, sleep and breathe them. I'm an ordinary woman with feelings. I'd like a man to nibble on my ear, but I'll admit no man has bits. So how come I'm the mother of the year? How I hate little shoes, little socks, and each little boomer. I'd have cracked years ago if it weren't for my sense of humor. Some women are dripping with diamonds,
looking. Look at what I'm dripping in. Little girl. Little cheeks, little teeth, everything around me is little. If I ring little necks, surely I would get an acquittal. Someday I'll step on their freckles. Some night I'll straighten their curls. Send the blood, send the flu, anything that you can do to little. Little. Little girls. Someday I'll land in the nut house with all the nuts and the squirrels. Then I'll stay tucked away till the prohibition of little girls.
Yeah, Karen is a method actor. So that was real gin in that glass. And last scene she was passed out on the floor. So we do wish her a speedy recovery. So going next in our penultimate performance of the evening is Ben, who is the Horsham principal and Lambda exam coordinator with Nikki. And he's going to sing If I Met Myself Again from Everyone's Talking About Jamie.
If I met myself back then, I wonder what I'd say. Would I tell that simple, wide-eyed boy the truth? If I met myself again, a child who lost his way, who was just about to pay the price of youth, I tell him only fools rush in and think the heart can lead. I tell him grow a thicker skin, 'cause boy, you're gonna bleed. I tell him blue skies turn to grey, the only question's when. I'd make him see the future's me if I met myself again. If I met myself again, I wonder what I'd say. That love-struck boy who thought he was so smart. If I wonder of the men, the ones that got away, or worse, the ones that stay and break your heart. I tell him love's a losing game that's better left unplayed. I tell him you've yourself to blame for every choice you made. I tell him, and I tell him till my voice gave out, and then he would smile and wait a while and go and do it all again. If I met myself again. If I met that boy again, I'd tell him sink or swim. I'd wake him up and God, I'd make him run. I'd turn back time and say, boy, stay away from him. But if I did, if I dared, there's a price I would pay, and I'd lose, 'cause I won't have my son. If I met myself again, if I met myself again, if I met myself again.
Thank you, Ben. Now listen, we've managed to pull in a little favour, so we've snuck in one more. There's 2 songs to go. We've snuck in one more for you. And this is from Alex Watts, who I know, who I was lucky enough to see in Pretty Woman when it opened on the press night. Woo! And he was brilliant in it, and is brilliant in it. Unfortunately, as you know, the West End has packed up for a bit, so I don't know what he's doing right now. So we've had to hunt him down and persuade him to come on. And he's, of course, agreed. He's a good man, and he's here singing She Used to Be Mine from Waitress.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this apron, this place and its patron have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful way. She's gone, but she used to be mine. But you're not what I asked for. Sometime in life, it slips in through the back door and calls out a person and makes you believe it's all true. Now you've got the but you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two for that girl that I knew would be reckless just enough to get hurt. Oh, but she learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can love. Oh, but then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little and bring back the fire in her eyes. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. It used to be mine. Oh. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Thanks, Alex. It's good to see you do your stuff, and we'll all be up to see you in town when it opens again. And finally, for our last performance of the evening, I'm going to introduce Abby, who is the Crawley principal for over 12 years. She's been Ariel. She's a friend of mine as well, so I'm proud that she's here. And she's also singing one of my favourite songs that is in the West End at the moment. And this is Waving Through the Window from Dear Evan Hansen.
I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving? Waving?
And that's your lot for this evening. It's been brilliant. It's been really nice being here. It's been great to hear so many people sing, and it's brave and it's bold of the tutors to share their time and to risk something like that, and obviously to be so good as well. Disappointingly good. I was hoping for more car crashes, but unfortunately there wasn't many. Anyway, I'd just like to thank the set designer for coming up with my wonderful set this evening. That was, in fact, my daughter. And I want to ask you just one more time, if you have any money, if you want to donate, maybe just swig back that glass of wine you've got left and just get on the Dubries or whatever, however you're paying, and share some of your money with Kangaroos. They are good people, a great charity, and we can help them survive. We may even be able to help them blossom. So if you can, thank you. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. It just is life at the moment. That's it from me. I've had a really good time. I continue to be your very proud patron. I wish you all a very safe evening and a very safe lockdown until we come out the other end and meet each other at class, meet each other at the Horth, meet each other at any Ariel performance. Come and say hello. I'll say hello back. Thank you for your time this evening. Take care.